Frank Veneroso at our May 10th, 2001 conference said the central banks would run out of gold between 7 and 10 years. December of 2009, exactly in the middle, 8.5 years, that's what happened. At the Gold Rush 21 conference, when the price of gold was $436, I began pounding the table that it would take $3,000 to $5,000 gold to clear the market. That may be way too low, but I'll stick with that. And I think when it comes to silver, I know James has some telephone book numbers, but I just call it, you can pick a number of silver and the upside. No one has been more right, again, as I mentioned a couple times, than James Turk in the markets. And initially, when he was back supporting us, that was most appreciated. Now, because of his price predictions, we're out here to support him and his outlook. So what goes around comes around. And finally, I'd like to say that I believe that there's going to be a fortune made in the years ahead in the gold silver shares because of the leverage that you can get from them. It's an astounding and extraordinary opportunity. And what is going on now I've never seen before. While the Dow goes up every day, as you know, the PP every day, doesn't matter what happens. The gold and silver shares, with gold and silver doing what they are, can't get out of their own way. Many of the smaller companies, the prices have collapsed. So what's going on? Well, there could be a number of things. One, you could say a lack of conviction. People are waiting for gold and silver to correct. The hedge funds are long certain of the gold, silver stocks, the ETFs, physical market, and short many of the other companies across the board. And I think most importantly, it's a government operation, not to be conspiratorial, but if you look at this price action, it's just ludicrous. It seems to me that they're so desperate of what's going on in gold and silver, they're trying to get people's spirits down by going after the shares because that's something they can do. Silver is hopeless. Gold they can do here and there, but all they can do is raid the market, and they keep getting their butts kicked in these recent raids because people are getting wise to them. So they're working over the shares. And the other reason, the Dow goes up every day, so why take the big risky gold silver shares? But because of that, I think you have a reverse bubble and one of the biggest opportunities in market history. Instead of the gold and silver shares taking off, they've gone the other way. Adam Fleming talked about how little was, back in our conference, was invested in gold, silver, and the shares, and recently saying now it's 1% and came up from 0.2%. And Eric Sprott brought to my attention, Bill, that's not because there's a lot of new money. It's because the price of gold and silver have gone up so much, the number has gone up. So still, especially in the United States, they can barely spell gold and silver yet. I think it's just starting to change, but they're not there yet. But there's going to be a psyche change. It's coming, sure as shooting. Timing's difficult because I would have thought it would have happened by now, but it hasn't. But that's going to make the move that much bigger. And as many of you that are in the markets know that the gold-silver sector is very tiny market cap compared to the rest of the investing universe. I mean, it's rinky-dink. When that psyche changes, think of it like a funnel. The money's going to come pouring in, and these stocks are going to go up faster than you can ever imagine. There's going to be many 10 and 20 baggers, 100%, 200, not 100%, 1,000%, 2,000%. It's going to be a sight to behold, and it will rival the mania we had on the internet, except I think this will be a real, at least for some time. So if I'm right, when that happens, and the gold and silver, of course, is going to keep going, great investments, maybe then we can big smile on our faces and go off in the sunset with those smiles. So with that, I want to thank you very much and see you again.